Show us your legs. Not all the time. Cryo's like, not at all how you sound, Nikoko. You have a great voice. Shadow's like, sounds exactly like her. Nikoko says, I'm never speaking English again. 9.5 was close. I really wanted 10. I wanted 10 for the camera, but I did not get 10. 9.5 is close, though. Mwah. So close. You guys are lucky you get constant Skittles cam today.
No, she's gone.
All right, everybody. Hello. Hi. Welcome back. My name's Phoenix Gold. We're playing more Scrap Mechanic today. It's going to be a good day. We're making a hovercraft. Some kind of hovercraft anyways. I assume we're making a hovercraft. We haven't tried making a hovercraft ever, but, you know, why not? Let's give it a go. So, hovercraft time. Let's get in it. We're going to do this in creative mode. We're going to continue playing our previous creative game. And we'll see what we can do hovercraft-wise. I might convert... Ooh, we could convert one of our previous machines into a hovering device. We could give it hover abilities. We did consider making the van hover. Which would be interesting. Let's start with a smaller vehicle first while we're doing that. Boop. Just waiting for the old Scrap Mechanic to load in. Do 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 do. I think while we're here, it would be a great time to get some. What do we want for stream music today? What do we want for stream music? Let's throw, I'm feeling, give us some chill EDM. There we go. We'll see what comes up. As we load in, we're sitting in the front of the van. Hello, Melody 850. That mic is looking pretty good, isn't it? How does it sound, though? We were having some issues when we were playing 7 Days to Die yesterday, where it came in as a little poppy and robotic, and I want to make sure we're taking care of that today. So you let me know if the mic sounds as good as it looks, Melody. Also, happy to see you. How have you been? If you've missed some of our previous Scrap Mechanic devices, this is by far one of my favorites. This is our lawnmower, meant to harvest tree parts, which it does very well. Let's start off with a little tree grinding there. There we go. And that's it. The wood has been rendered able for pickup. With our beautiful Pod Racer inspired. This is a combination of a pod racer and a zero-turn lawnmower. This is what has inspired this. Next up will be actually making it hover, which could be very cool. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, is that what we want to do? I forgot to turn the engine off. Is that what we want to do today? Do I want to make this thing actually hover? The problem with making it actually hover is then how do I make it actually turn once it is hovering? So, let's throw this up here. And we'll go from there. The mic sounds good at the moment. I'm pretty good. Just finished streaming. It looks pretty good. And hovering sounds cool. Hovering does sound cool. I think we're going to try and make this thing hover. So, how was your stream? What were you just streaming? Sorry I didn't catch it. I just got off work myself. Let's use this. We're going to save this to the, we called it the Pod Razor. Like, because I'm witty like that. There we go. Save that. We'll share it to the Steam Workshop. There you go. I believe it's shared. I have no idea how you share things to the Steam Workshop, but I'm assuming I've done it. So, there we go. The Pod Razor is complete. And now let's make this thing hover. So let's build another. Can I just take that off? I'm still getting used to how to build these things. So if I set that up and I just hit the build button, there we go. It gives us a duplicated version. We have a second pod raiser now. Only a couple viewers of this, better than none. No, totally agree. You're my viewer right now. You're my number one. I was replaying some BioShock Infinite. I did see that come up. And how did you like it? BioShock Infinite is the only BioShock that I have played. So how are we going to do this? First, we need thrusters. Thrust. Okay, let's use our max power thrusters and see how far we get with them. So for these thrusters, we need to secure them in a way that they can point downward. And they also need to attach to something. All right, well, here we go. Let's make it so they attach like this. And heck, why not? Why not? We'll give it a little bit of a flair here. We're making it look like it's some kind of piped, intentionally placed object here. Thruster on the side. Can I not? Okay, I'm wondering if what I have to do here is ting ting. Yeah, it's looking like that might be how it has to go. Okay, so we've got it's a bit of a larger engine design than we had initially anticipated, but it's gonna work. We're gonna be fine. We got pipes. Looks good. People like pipes, right? You can smoke from them. You can put sewage through them. You can do all kinds of stuff with a pipe. Mario, big fan of pipes. Same. I've been trying to get all the achievements, and I found a secret room that I missed last playthrough. Nice. Yeah, I'm interested in the other BioShocks, but Infinite is the only one I have played so far. I really did enjoy the playthrough. I will say that about it. It was quite nice. Okay, so we have we have these clear upward facing thrusters for when we move, and now we need to make downward facing thrusters for when we are moving in the other direction. So the question is, now that we're hovering, are those necessary? And the answer is probably not. That does beg a new question. Are these placed in the most efficient spot? And I don't think they are. So what we're going to do is move those up ever so slightly. There we go. Oh, I'm using a different kind of metal for this. Bump, bump, boom. Now here's an issue I'm already having with this, is that those are clearly much higher up than these. So we're gonna need to raise this by a couple blocks. And here's how we're gonna do that. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And I believe from there we're going to be able to do what we want to do. Make a little mesh here. Pretend like that's exactly the way we always knew it was going to go. These will get connected. Boom. And there we go. And let's lift that in the air. What was the secret room that you found? What sort of secrets did it contain, Melody? Very curious to know. Perhaps it's a secret room I've also missed, though I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much of the game I would actually remember at this point. Okay, so we've got downward facing thrusters, which is good. I think at this point in time, if we wanted it to hover, what I think I would do is paired with the thrusters. See, this is the tricky part because we're gonna need sensors, and if it gets unlevel, that's when we want like the thrusters to deactivate. So I think they need to function independently of each other. Oh, I have things typed in there. So we're gonna need some sensors here. Show me my sensors. There they are. There. We'll take the sensor, and I know I don't need more thrusters. Well, I mean, for now, at least, we don't need more thrusters. So what we're gonna do here is let me go ahead and I kind of want this as close as I possibly can get it to there. So you know, you got to make it stylish. We got to keep the style points on. Bump, bump, bump. Let's put this here. And what I want to do is we'll set the sensor. Nope, I need you to, there you go. What the, nope. There, the sensor is now pointing downward. Bum, 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 bum. It was one for the Vox Populi. It had a voice player from Daisy Fitzroy, a gearbox, and the Health Shield Salts bonus. Oh, nice. Yeah, BioShock Infinite is a game I wasn't expecting to pick up, but then I just did randomly one day because, like, I don't know, the undersea BioShock feel was a little bit gloomy for me, but BioShock Infinite seemed to be a great way to expose myself to the BioShock world, while also, you know, getting a bit of a brighter, moodier space to work with. Okay, so here we go. We've got sensors pointed downwards. That should activate those engines when required. And then over here, we're going to do something similar. And we will create just a little... Boop. What the... Okay, it's so hard to see the placement. There. Got it. Over here, we'll do something similar. Although I feel with these ones I should probably be putting them on the back, but we will see. We will see how our sensor experiment works. Okay, so we've got some basic thrust capabilities. And what we want to do is have these activate independently, I suppose, whenever they sense the ground coming near. And what we can do is we will set them at let's say 4, 3. Okay, great. Okay, so 4. It's going to be set to 4 ideally. And we'll set that to 4. See, that one's off the ground. We'll set this to 4. And we want it to act like a button, not a switch, because we only want it active when it's near the ground. Alright, so if I lift this now, those will go off. But as it comes down towards the ground, the thrusters will activate, propelling us upwards, presumably. Now, the one thing that we do want to do is we want to have these linked to here. Oh no. I have a feeling in order to create the thrust system the way I want it to be created, I need to do something with a controller or a logic gate, I think, is what we want. I'm not convinced, but there we go. That's shutting those things off. So let's attempt to remove this now. Okay, the device has landed on the ground. We are now able to move. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is frightening. Okay, let's put it on this. So many creations fly away when I accidentally put it on this. Hello, Tink. What's this ride now? I'm trying to make it hover, buddy. I'm trying to make a hover thing. Welcome in, Tink. Thank you for the biddies. It was what my dad bought, and I needed something to stream, so I just played it. Nice. And since playing it, have you now become like a BioShock fan? How do you feel about the gaming experience? Okay, so these are all now just removed. But what I want, I believe, is here. This is what's missing. I need a switch, and then we need to wire this to the switch, and the switch needs to go one. The switch needs to go. The switch needs to go somewhere. I know this is going to involve me using some kind of logic gate. I just don't know how. So we're going to experiment here slightly. Here's our logic gate, our second one. And the button goes to the switch. Okay, so that essentially turns on all of those. And I've wired this before in a similar pattern to the the sensors at the front. So let's just see. Okay, yeah. Let's just see if we can't get this to function. Damn it. Function properly. Now, this should active if all of the link triggers are active, or I think we just want any. No, that's only one. We want any. Any of the link triggers are active. Okay. And so now if I hit 2, oh shit, it doesn't turn them. It doesn't seem to turn them off. It might fly away. Or it might not fly at all. It is not hovering, which is semi-good news for us. It's a good game. I'm still confused on the ending. Yeah, the ending was a bit weird. It was a bit strange, that's for sure. Can agree to that. I can't quite remember what happened in the ending, but I do remember having this sense of, wait, what? That occurred. Okay, so I want this to be like an on-off sort of situation. So the question is, how do I wire this so it's an on-off situation? Because here what we did when we wired it is, I believe the switch is just connected to that, so it doesn't have anything to do with the sensors. So let's remove this to these. Because I think what we do is just directly... No. I want to be able to turn the sensors on and off. So, how do I make it so that those don't activate unless I have pressed a button? I can't do that. Do the sensors have to go to the logic gate, which goes to the switch? Let's find out. Sensor goes to switch. No, to the logic gate. Logic gate goes to switch. Switch goes to that thing. And then I think I've done this in a way. All right, let's see. So you are going to the switch. To the switch. It's connected to the switch. The sensor is going to the logic gate. The logic gate goes to the switch. And this says active if any of the links, triggered links, are active. Which to me suggests something is going on with this. I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. Okay, wait. I pressed the switch. It's active. Okay, wait. That worked. I think it worked. I don't know if it's just turning it on or off, though. That might just be turning it on and off. I need to be able to turn the... That's the thing, is the switch doesn't allow me to turn on... Like, what happens here if I just remove these? It probably does the same thing. Yeah, because I've just made a switch for the engines now. It doesn't actually require them. I'm just turning them on and off. Unfortunate. All right, so how do we make this work? We need these to attach to something they apparently will not attach to, which is unfortunate. We're just gonna disconnect all of this. That does it require a controller? That's what we're gonna get into now. Is there a way I can hook a controller up to this that creates some kind of response? Because we've seen that controllers work in different ways when you attach them to different things. So let's just get ourselves a high-end controller here. We're gonna slap it on anywhere it'll fit and let's link some things up to it to see what happens. 1, 2. Nope. Okay. Controller. Does it only have one connection? Is that what's going on? No, it has many connections. So the controller needs to... I assume the controller is connected. No, it can only connect to that. What? Really? And that can't connect to that. So confusing. Gotta hop off. Thanks for the chat. No problem, Melody. Thanks for stopping by. It was nice to see you. Sorry you didn't get to see an amazingly functional hovercraft today. But perhaps in the future, you will. Okay, so the logic gate... This is very difficult. Can I attach a switch to another switch? Is that a thing I can do? Okay, let's see. Let's explore that option. 1, 2. If I want that to switch on all these switches, no, I can't. Okay, well, for right now we're just trying to get this thing to hover. So let's put this thing up. Let's do this. What would it require to lift off the ground in terms of to adjust power? We're going to set it up to level 1 power. It's currently at 0. Level 5 thruster. Boom. All right. So, if we... Oh boy, this is not actually it's not actually attached to anything, which is slightly concerning. Okay, we've got upward thrust. just going to slowly adjust this upward until we get some liftoff, I think. It's bumping around. I don't know if it's just really heavy or what is happening here. I have a feeling this is going to get bad for us. Oh yeah, yeah. I've got barely any traction because we are actually hovering slightly. It's not dramatic, but there we go. Now we're getting some hover. There it is. Hover is happening. It's floating. There's no way to turn it off though. So this is us. The hover technology has limited capacity to steer, but it is somehow doing so. This is it's not smooth, but I feel like it could be. Like it's just sort of wobbling right now, so let's take it for a hover drive here, which is actually kind of neat. It hops around a little. It does a weird drift thing, and I mean that could be a weight thing too. We don't have any way for. I like that when I hit forward, it activates the thrusters. I'm wondering if I put them in a reverse orientation, if it will activate sort of reverse thrusters. Is that a thing? It's just hopping around. Okay, so let's see how the game actually organizes thrusters, because if it's just orientation, like that could actually make this really easy to do. Like if I just put reverse thrusters on it, does it go backwards? And if I put, say, sideways ones on it, does it go sideways? Let's find out. As it continues to hop. Okay, so the answer is no, no, no. Oh, I am a fool. Of course it doesn't do any of those things. I haven't connected it to anything. Just make some just the bunny hopping pod racer lawnmower. The old pod racer. Yeah, it kind of works better if you actually connect the engines here. So for those, the thrusters are attached. They're just attached like that, eh? That's all. That's all there is to it. Okay, so when I press forward, it activates all of the thrusters, which creates a problem. So it is not, in fact, as easy as we hoped to make directional thrusters, which is going to make steering this very challenging. It does sort of steer, though, which is almost impressive, in that it's just dysfunctional and ever so slightly working. So I guess the question is now, how do we make it function better? And I think some just thinking the side stabilization might work. So we're gonna attempt to adjust things without. No, I'll flip over. It'll be bad. It'll be bad. Okay, let's adjust a few things here. Let's take this to a 5. Let's make it a little bit further from the ground, because right now it's just hopping around, and I want it to activate it. I think it's in between shutting off and not shutting off. So let's do that. We're gonna step 1, we take it to a 5. Step 2, we remove this, and now we're floating. We're doing a float. It's not pretty or attractive, and it doesn't work very well. But I think what we have to do here is I need to be able to steer with the 3 and 4 buttons. So I think that's sort of our next step, is we add steering based on what we can do with sideways thrusters. This is ridiculous. I do love that it's floating though. All right, so that being said, I think we're almost at a point where just riding this thing around is it's like one of those amusement park rides that is like guaranteed to make your kids sick. That's the level of stability we're at right now. Okay, so I think we're past wheels. We no longer need wheels. Wheels are a thing of the past, and we are getting rid of them. We're making a true pod racer now, and that's just how it's gonna go. So buckle in, buckle up, here we go. For this, I think we just need to duplicate what we've basically done with the front, and we're going to do it on the sides. So we will make a thing here. My best French Canadian. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, there we go. We got our metal blocks. Let's pop out here. Boom. How's Tink doing today anyways? How are you, buddy? How are things going? Hope you're doing all right. Boom. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Thing of true beauty, this. Just chilling. You need some chill days every once in a while. I'm, apparently I've been informed I am newly single today. That's my update. This is my official breakup stream. This is where I deal with my problems. You're all my relationship counselors now. My emotional support. That's what's happening today in the life of Phoenix. Alright, don't know if you agree, but I definitely can see with my own eyes that this is gorgeous and obviously perfect. So I think it's important that the sensors go on the exterior of everything that we're doing here. So let's recreate our exterior sensor experience here. There we go. And bum bum bum, pop that up, add one. I have taken away our sensor, and that's not great. There we go. No bueno. Boom. There we go. We got a sensor. It is pointing downwards. And boom. Okay. Downward facing sensors. Excellent. Let's link them up. They can connect. They can connect. This should help with stabilization, I hope. Fingers crossed. Let's use this. I think we had it set to 5 on the other one. And 5. There we go. Okay, the Pod Racer lawnmower is coming along. We need some. There we go. Well, proof that the sensors all work. We brought it close to the ground, and it's definitely taken note of that. Now we need some directional thrust, and I think I'm gonna take that out of this area. Nope. Didn't want that. There we go. We're going to take that there. We're going to apply a thruster to that area. We're going to take this there. We're going to apply a thruster to that area. Oh my god, look at it. She's a thing of beauty. Obviously. I mean, why would it not be? And then very simply, we're going to put a switch here, and we're going to put, you know what? Oh, no. That was the worst thing that could happen. There were so many things connected to that. And now we have to replace the driver's seat. No. And I have to remember how I rigged it. Even worse. It is a level 5 driver's saddle. That's what we're working with here today. And in it goes. There we go. Okay, so well, I actually think I want a button and not a switch. I do. I wanted buttons and not switches. So let's take that off without absolutely devastating the vehicle again. Because we're already at the point where we now have to fix everything. Boom. Boom. Alright, let's start with the simple stuff. Button. Button. So I guess you get to see how everything's been wired. Now that it's no longer wired. That used to be for steering. It's going to be gone shortly. I'm going to actually wire up these as... What do I want? Number 1. 1 is going to be... Wait, which way do I want that to go? Because if that activates... No, I want... If I want to turn left... Well, see, this is the question. I've now put these in the middle of the vehicle. Where are they going to apply thrust from? If I want to turn left and use 1, then I need to apply this switch. And then right will be this switch. There we go. And then turn on lawnmower will be this 3rd switch. And everything else is unnecessary because we've taken off the wheels. We are gonna, you know, for true release, we're getting rid of this back piece. This is our old steering mechanism. We do not have reverse anymore. That's gone. So we're officially into full-blown pod racer territory here. If we press that, that turns on. Excellent. Let's set that up to a power level of, I don't know. We'll do midway for now. We don't want to like throw ourselves for a loop unexpectedly. All right, so here we go. It's in the air. It's kicking like a terrible donkey. Oh god, the lack of wheels has really created an issue. Here we go. But we can steer. Look at that. Look at this thing just whipping around. Oh, I no longer have forward thrust, so we have to now wire this while it's kicking like a horse. Don't mind me, folks. Just trying to wire this in. Damn it. Okay. Okay. I see that's not going to work. I also see we've got leveling problems that when we took the wheels off became more apparent. So let's connect this to the steering wheel. Let's connect that to the steering wheel. Those should just function now. We're going to take this off just for fun and see what happens. And if this is at all, there we go. We've got forward. We can turn and forward and turning and forward. It's not the smooth pod racer Anakin Skywalker piloted. Oh, actually, when I get up to speed... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Well, that's the one way to stop it. When I got up to speed, it was better. Here, actually... Let's just turn it around here. All right. We're going to take it for a run. This is not exactly what we were hoping for. Okay, so as we start to go faster, it's still kicking a lot. And I wonder if that is a result of just, I mean, it's gonna be real hard to mow the trees with this. I'm just saying. This turns aggressively slowly, so. Oh geez. Let's see if we can't turn that up. There we go. We'll just put it to max. Why not? No more aggressive slow turns for us with the kicking donkey pod racer. All right, there we go. Now we got some turn power. We just need to solve it colliding with the ground, and we'll be good. So even little boosts there. All right, so one thing we haven't adjusted here is the thrust power. And I feel like part of what's happening is that maybe the power is too much and it's over thrusting. He's gonna be, hey Gravy, what's up? I'm working on making a pod racer here. It's my first hover vehicle. It actually is not terrible as long as we're in like motion, but it suffers when we're it's like the bucking bronco of vehicles here. Not terrible though for something that flies. It's also a lawnmower. It used to have wheels. The previous rendition is actually right there beside us. That is the wheeled version. But yeah, this is what we're working on today. How's your day been? Good to see you out here. All right, so there's that for now. If you want to see some things that actually work, check out this sweet creation. Boom. This is the door. It's also the loading ramp. Up it goes. Click. Seamless. We got a gull wing door over here. And one of my favorite doors, the slide out. Ooh, there we go. There it is. And that's how you get into your vehicle. And if you want to be great, you can just deactivate all the doors from the driver's seat or activate them. Extend that out for your friends and family so they can load into the back of the camper van. Bet you wish you had one of these camper vans for all your camping excursions. I actually want to make the speed. We're gonna upgrade this. We're gonna take the speed up. Piston level 5. How come I can't set the speed on it? I just don't get to. How is it that I don't get to set the speed? We get range. It's because I have to set it through the controller, perhaps. I might have to set it through the controller. Hold up. Wait a minute. We gotta wait for the ramp to come out to let us in. Alright. I think it is you. Oh yeah. Here's our speed. So let's upgrade this. There we go. I want to see some fast. Let's see some fast door opening on this part. Look at this. Okay, here we go. Boom, click, click, door. That's what I'm talking about. That's how a door should open. All right, that's what the upgrades are for. Speed. Day was great. Took it off work, slept in, drove the motorcycle for a 5-hour tour through Quebec to Whitewater Brewery and back. Now I'm drinking beer on the patio. That does sound great. The patio of your new home. Tres excitement. Oh, wait. Okay, so some of our stabilizing thrusters here aren't actually doing much. Their power has not been adjusted. We left them wide open after we put them on. They're set to there. Okay, let's take that off and see if it makes a difference at all. Or if it just kicks harder. It's kicking harder. It's become less stable. Ah! Save it. Okay, so here's the deal. We're tuning down everything. Let's lower this to a 3. Because I think right now it's just a bit aggressive and that's making it jumpy. think the back one's fine because there's only 2, but now that we have twice as many thrusters, we can lower it. Okay. Hey, that actually looks a lot better. I gotta remember how I set. I wish I could, on the controller, set which thing steers. Okay, so if we're cruising, oh yeah, self-riding, love it. First trick. You're welcome. So I can go here. We're pod racing now. Oops. Well, you know, sometimes a left turn is just a really excessive right turn. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button here. I need to set these to 2 and 3. That's what I need, because that's where they appear above my controller. All right, so we're driving down the road. I mean, whoa, oh, we flipped it. Okay, we're doing a little rewire to make it easier. So here's the deal. Those are currently set to 1 and 2. We're taking them off. I want them to be set to 2 and 3 respectively. Oh, that's not what I actually wanted. We're taking those off. We're gonna attach this to this. What did I have that connected to before? Oh, was it not that? Something activates that. And I don't remember what it was. Does it have something to do with this thing? Upgrade. Oh, settings. What? Driver seat, level 5. Okay, so it's as upgraded as it gets. How did we start this engine? Where it connected to that? Because it was a... Oh, it's connected to the switch, which is connected to the driver's seat. There we go. And then we want 2, 3. Because that activates through this, which counts as an input. But I can't turn those off, which is why we can't replicate it for our purposes. Okay, so here we're doing pretty good. I actually wonder if the back isn't too much now, because it's jumping around. But now we got 2, we got 3, we got a better driving experience here. Whoa, I don't have any way to stop. There's no brakes. So once you're going, you're kind of just going. But now we can turn on our saw. Let's try and cut down a tree with this. This is a ridiculous creation. Hanging out with the kitties, waiting for the missus to get home. Well, that sounds like a nice time. Okay, this thing needs to stop. I want to pivot. I think these thrusters are too central, and that's where we've run into trouble here. Okay, we're gonna attempt to cut. There's a tree roughly in front of us. I've steered in the wrong direction. I turned the saw blades off. It takes some skill to master this vehicle. That's what I'm gonna tell you right now. There's no quick and easy. We're gonna just drive until we hit a tree. I'm just edging it over. No, see, it's sliding us. This is impossible. I can hit everything except... Okay, we're just going to drive into a straight line until we encounter a tree. That's our new mission. Oh, I wonder if I can take this out on the water. We're about to find out! Apparently it does not sense water. So this is now an issue. Okay, well, we can go straight up, I suppose. It does sense this rock. Can we recover from this? Yes or no? Okay, we got that. Take us back in this direction. We've got a submersible vehicle? Question mark. We would like to go this way. And This is technically working. We're out of the water. All right. Add deep sea exploration to our list of accomplishments today because we nailed it. So how do we get this to just hover nicely? I think the problem is we're getting too far away from the ground, which is causing them to deactivate and not balance out. So we actually need this to work on a very like low level. So let's take this down to... Okay, we're gonna reset this. This is gonna be down to a 1. This is gonna be down to a 1. This is gonna be down to a 1. So these things are just like barely functional here. And we're gonna go back to the basics. We'll put this at a 2 just because math, I guess. So what happens now? We put this down to a 2. It sits sort of casually above the ground. It does technically move, so it is hovering. It's hovering ever so gently. Actually, this is nice. This is nice. Wish I had like a reverse booster here, but you could actually pod race in this, I feel. Okay, so we've got ground hovering action. This is the kind of stuff that makes me believe that pod racing might actually be possible at some point in time, because if an idiot like me can make something like this in a game that works on like a basic level of understanding of physics, yes, without oxygen tanks, I know, right? I should have started drowning, but I think because it's creative mode, I don't. I'm trying to steer with my mouse, which is not working out for me. I need to attach those closer to the rear because right now they are not working. Okay, there are some edits we need to make to this, but ultimately I'm feeling like this is on a better trajectory than it was. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our tool here and we're going to go bump, bump, bump. And we're just going to place that out there. And we'll throw a thruster there. And we'll throw a thruster there. And we'll mount the steering closer to the back. I say the steering like it makes any sense. And I hope for our sake that it does. But what do I need to connect that to? The buttons. The buttons. Okay, so we got that thruster there, and we have this one here. And now we are gonna crank those up to max because we want responsive steering, and we'll take that off. The lift. We got the hover going on. We got boom, boom. Oh, that's better. Ooh, donuts. Don't mind if I do. Oh my god. Yes. This is good. All right. Okay, so we actually, because we're hovering, we actually sit lower to the ground, and I think that this might work if we can learn to steer this thing. And here we are, slowly approaching the tree. We can get those low trees. So here we go. We're sawing the tree. This is the intended purpose of the machine. Oh. And are we low enough to the ground to get these low-hanging ones that always fail us? I think the answer is yes. I don't know what it's hitting there that it's not sawing, but it is breaking them all up. Okay, so this just went from fail to fantastic real fast. Because here we are. We've got... It's even better at being a zero turn than the previous wheeled creation. We're able to saw the low wood, which we weren't able to do before. There's only one thing left to do on this machine to make it like the greatest thing that's ever been created. And that's to put an actual collector on it. Okay. So this is fantastic. It is the only way. Okay, I'm having trouble because I think I'm stuck on that previously harvested material, but there we go. Sawed it right up. Okay, so I forgot you can change the view in this game. So we can do the first person view pod race experience. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know that I can drive like this. Can I just like center the camera if I don't? Oh, we hit some stuff. This is great. This is actually an experience that I'm enjoying thoroughly right now. There's no... the steering does nothing. Don't mind the steering wheel. This is totally controlled by thrusters only. There's only propulsion. This wheel turning nonsense isn't real. Alright, we've turned that off. Okay, this is fantastic. This is actually phenomenal. One thing I will say is that I feel like this might need slightly more power, because I notice we are dragging on the back. I don't want to say, you know, okay, there we go. I think that is, oh my god, I turned on a switch. Okay, let's zoom back out here. Let's see if that improved our steering any, because we're no longer dragging. Yes, we're doing great. We got a nice level of hover going on here. This is supremely excellent as a vehicle, and everyone should be super jealous of it. It's going on the Steam Workshop right away. I'd like to consider this a very big win for, you know, the amount of time that I've played this game. I feel like we're at hovering. I guess the next stage is flying, but I feel like a smooth hover, which we have achieved here, is a difficult success to achieve. Like, look at this. I'm going to park them side by side here because I can, because that's how excellent the level of control is. But there's our previous creation. I'll just slide over here. There's our previous creation. I guess parking's more of a... This is like a hovercraft. Like, there's no brakes. It hovers as it will. But there's the previous iteration of it. Literally right there beside us. And, you know, it just seems so archaic now. Whereas previously, it was like the king among kings. Look at that smooth hovering vehicle. If you're not impressed right now, I don't know how to impress you, because this is, in my mind, this is genius. There we go. There they are side by side. Look at how the design has changed from iteration 1 land vehicle to iteration 2 absolute beast of a machine. It's phenomenal. I'm loving it. Now the next thing that we need to do here is, well, I think we have to save it. So here we go. This is the Pod Razor. It's the Pod Razor Air. I'm taking a note from Apple. We've got the Pod Razor Air. Save that. There you go, Steam Workshop. You're welcome. Sharing it up. Enjoy that. Now, there is one more thing we need to do with the Pod Razor Air, and it involves possibly breaking it. Unless I just want to... Nope, we don't have to break it. We're good. I got this, folks. I'm just going to circumvent the design. Boom, boom. As is tradition, we'll be using pipes in this construction. We need to lift them one so we can get them over top of our spring here, and then boom, boom. And here's the deal. Boom goes the dynamite. Is it truly over the spring that I need it to be, though, or is it just in line with the spring? Because I feel... You know what? I want this to be as low center of gravity as possible, because I think this next thing that we're about to do is going to be the hardest part of this whole design build. And that is going to be... Boom, 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 boom. I'm just going to make a bunch of these. Here we go. And... Ooh. Okay, so I have found a reason for this to maybe be a bit longer than I thought. And the reason is it affects our shocks. So let's just do that. We'll do that for now. I don't mind if it doesn't decompress one. And we need a collector. Oh no. Am I not going to be able to attach a collector here? Because we're not in the actual game. No. I have to be able to collect. Oh, I can. Great. Excellent. Whew, I was worried. I was worried, folks. I'll admit it. I was very concernicus that this wasn't going to work. Okay, there it is. There's our resource collector. Sitting pretty. So now when we drop this, it still hovers. I think we might need a little bit of power extra because there is, I gotta stop. The E button is way too close to the turning button. Okay. It's also off center, which I need to fix because otherwise I'll go crazy. And I think that's just because this thing is... Oh, it's going to be off-centered in every direction. No! Why wouldn't you make it so that there's one uneven one? This is truly unfortunate right now. Can I put it on its side? Will anything? No, nothing will change if I put it on its side. I mean, it'll collect at a better angle, so maybe we should put it on its side. Or maybe we just get rid of it. Okay, let's fix this thing. This is probably upside down, so we're gonna find out momentarily. It could block your view. Oh, it's definitely gonna block the view. That is 100% a fact. That I'm curious to know if these add weight in any significant way. So we're grinding up some logs. All right, it got collected. It is leaning to one side, which I don't like. I'm so mad right now that this is off-centered. That's just rude. Hating on our motorbike design. There we go. Sawing up that wood, giving it the collecting. Oop. Dun, dun, dun. But it is hover collecting. Slightly prejudiced. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Everything about this is perfect, except the stupid off-centered collector, which is stupid. Let's be honest with ourselves. This is the way that you want to do your tree trimming. It is supporting it quite nicely, though. And I am wondering if I turn it up a notch, will that fix things? Oh no. We've encountered a hover problem. Terrain has... Let's just whip this around here. Hover off the end. Doom. There we go. Fant mod? Hello, Hello, Camaro Cam. How are you? Fant mod. What is Fant mod? I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what we're talking about. You're gonna have to explain it to me, buddy. Welcome to the channel, though. I'm FnxAu, and this is my first hover thing. It's a pod racer / zero-turn lawnmower that is now collecting resources. Yes, there it is. I think what I'm going to have to do here is just... I'm going to have to put blocks on the side of that to just make it not crap. Oh, I think I have the exact block I'll want for it, though. Are we sawing that wood? That's what I want. Give me that wood. Rubbing up on it. Come on, wood. Stop pushing it around. Start collecting it. Fant is a file mod for survival. Oh, I don't even know. What does that give you? I've only had this game for like a week. I've played it maybe 4 days total. 4 or 5 days. Good to see you, though. Are you a seasoned expert in the ways of the scrap mechanic? Okay, I'm willing to call this a oh, I got wedged between 2 trees, which is ironic given that I should be able to cut them down, and I'm just hopping out of things. Okay, I will say, the steering leaves a little bit to be desired here. I think we are significantly wedged on something. We're just gonna rotate until I can push forward. I don't understand what I'm stuck in currently. But I do know this, we're slowly moving towards that tree. And when we do get there, we're gonna cut it down and then drive through it, I hope. That is my hope. We'll see if it happens. The tree seems very much not interested in being cut down because the saw is going through it. Okay, there we go. And we're off. We are off. All right. So this is excellent. Well, as a seasoned professional, how does this stack up for someone's day 4 build? In terms of collectors, you can see the previous iterations lying around us. Dun, dun, dun. I haven't quite figured out how to turn the hover off. I'm hoping I can activate that with a switch somehow, but right now it's not happening. Oh, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Camaro Cam with the follow. Ooh. Popping a link on there. What do we got here? What are you linking me up to? How to install Fant mod. How to switch between vanilla and modded. Alright, I'll check that out later. For now, we're going to continue modifying this true beauty. And I think there is, like, my one sort of pièce de résistance here that needs to go on the side of it is... Boom. There it is. Now it's even. Not only is it even, it's fresh. In case anyone was wondering about the quality and freshness of our logs, you may now refer to the side of the vehicle. Okay, so one thing I've noticed is since installing this, we have gotten noticeably heavier. We are kind of bumpier than we were before. Oop, crashing into our other stuff there. Would you mind if I joined? I'm actually not going to be on too much longer. I'd love it if you hung around and got to know you a little bit, though. And then once I know that you're good stuff, we can certainly... I don't mind playing with people. I actually prefer playing with people. But yeah, As a new person on the stream, I wouldn't mind if you just, you know, hung out, talk to me, join the Discord, get to know you first, and then once I know you're not going to do anything awful, which, you know, is a thing that sometimes people do, I'd be happy to have you on for games. We certainly play with a number of people in our community. All right. Questions. How do we now deal with this? Okay, so you're just hovering. You're just going to hover indefinitely forever. And here, I'm going to spawn another one. Let's build the one without the... So this one doesn't have the cage on top. This one does. And we will throw this down, and I'm going to save that. Okay, so we've got the... It is now called the Pod Raiser Air. And we say... like collector. There we go. It's fresh. It's friendly. It collects your wood. The Pod Raiser Air Collector. Get yours today. Now, this one's just fun to drive. It's a little bit smoother because it doesn't have the weight. Oh, it gets up to speed. Oh, tricks. Tricks. No tricks. It gets up to speed, though. Hook the hover thruster to a switch. So, okay. So that is what I tried to do. The problem is the hover thrusters are activated by these sensors. So the sensors activate to kind of keep it balanced. They turn off when they're too far away, so it doesn't like shoot itself over unnecessarily. I suppose I could keep them all on just as a test here. We can try that. Do I have any switches that aren't in use currently? That affects that. That affects that. So those are for steering. Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, you're saying if I just disconnect all of this, if I just go boop, boop, boop. Poor little guy. Deactivating like this. Boop. Boop. And boop. And if I just add a switch here. Did you build an auto balance system yet? I have not built an auto balance system yet. But I sort of built an auto balance system. It's not... I know what you're talking about, but no, I haven't built that. This is more a... this is more the classic version where everything's separated, but I have seen the auto balance system. The auto balance system is too big, as far as I know, for this to really work in a way that is pleasing to me. So let's hook all this up to one switch here, and then nope, not that one, not that one. You there, you there, because these should all be set to the same strengths. And then we hook the switch up to there. It's number 4. And now when we go whoop, it sits on the ground. And then when we get into drive, if I hit 4, it activates. Is the quality any less if it's just on? Doesn't seem to be, which is kind of okay. So it hovers smoothly. We've got hover. I wish I could just activate a switch to turn off the motion sensors so that they were only on when I asked them to be. Okay, this is actually very smooth at this point. Oh, oh, so soft. Such smoothness. And now it's pinned us to the ground. Ignite the fires. Alright, so that actually is smoother and might be the better way of doing it. I may have made an overcomplicated design when I initially created the balancing because I was not familiar with thrusters by any great degree. The hover thruster. So a NOR gate to do a kill switch, you can, but it's very hard to explain. Yeah, I've got the logic box on the front to make that work. It just doesn't quite work the way I wanted it to, so I think I'm gonna have to read into that one a little bit more to see what we can do. But so far with this solution's actually quite nice. And then what happens now? You know, the curiosity question is what happens if I get up to speed with this thing and then just deactivate it. Also, there we go. Counter thrust. This is like piloting a spacecraft, except I don't have any reverse thrusters, so things are a little wild. Just don't mind us. We're learning how to drive. We got a young driver's course here. Oops. All right, so here we go. Test run. We get up to speed, and then we cut it. What happens? Why does it just hover automatically? This doesn't seem right. It's just hovering? It's not even on and it's hovering. So so the moral of the story is you don't actually need to hover because it just is? Question mark? This doesn't seem right. Thrusters are low friction. So I'm not hovering, I'm just sliding really well is what you're saying. So all I have to do to make a low friction thing is put thrusters pointing down and I can just slide anywhere. That seems like cheating. The bright side though, really easy to make a pod racer, I guess. Low friction thrusters. Dun, dun. All right, so now that we have our low friction thrusters on, this seems all too easy. So what do I want to do now? Well, we've made some edits. We've discovered that thrusters require very little to make them hover. And we're slightly disappointed by that discovery. Let's continue to build out our massive engines so that we look like Sebulba from Star Wars. Okay, so that switch goes to... I assume we're playing some 7 Days to Die later, eh, Shadow? Is that right? Okay, so this switch now that goes to... You go to there. So I want you also attaching crossways to this one. And I want you attaching crossways to that one. And we're going to put you up to 4. What are you at? I think those are just maxed. I don't know that I want to put it more than a 4 right now. But let's see if this helps with our steering. All right. Okay, so now we're just flying a giant omnidirectional brick, which is... Whoa! Goodbye, world. All right, good news. Thrusters are low friction, so this drives in any orientation. This actually might drive better. Just scraping my head along the ground. We're gonna win this pod race, Annie! What if I just drive around until I hit something else? Oh, can I take this path? The answer is no. All right. We're lifting. We're dropping. We're popping. We're locking. I think I just turned something off that was supposed to be on. Yep. Right, well, you know, just for the effect, we'll put the thrusters on. think there's like a certain amount of like counter thrusting you have to do every time you turn, which is challenging. Okay. No. Damn, we rolled it again. I just want to see if I can get it through that. Can I get it through this? Boom. Let's take her in. We didn't hit the wall that time. It's very difficult to drive. I want like a professional driver to come drift this thing through the canyon for me. I need to like oversteer so that I thrust like outward. Is that a thing that I gotta do here? I think so. Okay, let's try this again. So if I come in this way, we oversteer, and then we shoot forward, and I have disconnected. I'm literally just running. This is such a mess. I wish you could assign the key. I wish you could do key bindings. Like I wanna bind 4 to like my E key and things. That's an improvement I need in this game right now. I need to be able to assign the function instead of it just being numbered. Okay, but I think we need to just take care of the fact that we can't go backwards right now is a real issue. I also think that judging by the current state of things, we might need a little bit more thrust in the front end on account of the added weight that we put on there. So there we go. Is that good enough? Do you also need to be increased back here? Like, what's happening? Is it too much thrust? Was that just a moment in time that didn't need to occur? What happens if I lower you down one? Okay, now we're dragging. Okay, we have a weird amount of thrust that needs to be used. I have offset the perfect balance by adding things. Okay, we will... Let's do this one. Up one. There we go. Our side ones are now increased. Maybe that'll help even it out. There we go. Okay, that feels good. Stop hopping out of the seat. Oh, we're doing the hairpin. Nice. Okay, we got it. Just little adjustments. Little adjustment. Oh, over adjusted. No. Up. Okay, we recovered. Oh, we're just flying now. We're just having a float. Okay. Once you get off target with this thing, it's really a challenge here. Oh, we rolled it. Okay, well, ultimately very happy with how this is working out right now. Not happy with the way that I keep just exiting. I love that this guy's like trying to turn like it matters at all. We just got buttons, buddy. We got buttons, and that's it. It's you and me. Hello, Razor Rob. How are you? Welcome to the channel, my friend. We're playing some Scrap Mechanic, and I have apparently made just a straight-up flying machine right now. We're just soaring. Soaring. Fly. This is a little bit ridiculous. Apparently I can just take off if I reach the right angle. All right, there we go. We've crashed. Doing great. How are you? That looks awesome. It is something. It was not intended to fly, but it certainly tried just there. So there we go. No, things are, I mean, things are okay, I guess. This is officially my breakup stream, I guess. I got broken up with today. So now I'm single. And that's part of my life again. Not an unfamiliar state of being for me, but you know, here we are. There we go. Okay, will we fly? The answer is no. Unless I turn on these, and then we soar into the sky like beautiful, graceful eagles. Look at us go. Soaring, flying. There's not a star in the sky that we can't reach if we try. Amazing. Landed it. Perfect landing. You're welcome for that, everyone. Mistakes were made. Good thing it has a tendency to really plant itself in one spot. It doesn't do too much rolling around. All right. So, I think overall, we can call this a success. It's not exactly what we thought it would be. It doesn't function quite the same way that we intended it to, but it does function. It is drivable. It's going to take some time to master, but ultimately you can drive it. It hovers. That was the intention. You know, it drives upside down, as you can see demonstrated here. It cuts the lawn. So that's the thing about this one that the other one didn't have a problem with. This one's engine's on all the time or off all the time, whereas the previous one, if we use it here and we spawn, so this one, the engines you can't turn off, but it hovers, and it hovers nicely, and it also doesn't contain the extra engines that we added at the front. But when you're driving it, I do like those front engines. They add a little bit of extra turning niceness in the front end. When you're driving it, if it comes off the ground, it deactivates the engines once they get a certain ways away. And that wasn't a great example of it, but there we are. Oh, it's just bouncing along. But I mean, it should always be hovering, right? That's the way it was intended. So this one, when we're driving, once you get up in the air, it comes back down to the ground. You're not soaring through the air. The engines deactivate because they're out of range of the sensors that are attached to them on the front. And oh, thank you for the hug, buddy. I appreciate that. Hugs are always appreciated. The sort of downside is it can be a bit of a bumpier ride if the sensors aren't working as well as they should be. Now, I think what I can do here that would make it sort of easier is I can increase the sensor range. Oof. I can increase the sensor range, and if I do that, it should keep these active longer. So here, let's put this on here. Put you on there. Let's increase the sensor range to 6, so it'll sense 6 blocks out from where the sensor is placed, and that will trigger the engines that they are associated with, the thrusters, if you will. So if we do that, then they should stay on when we come off the ground a bit. Alright, so here we are. We're floating. Sensors are active. We got ourselves a nice little hover vehicle. Woo! So I think our experiments with hovering are largely a success right now. And we're going to call that a happy success. So we've got a bunch of these. I don't know if you can despawn them, but for right now, they're working. Can I despawn this? Can I just put it on here and like... There we go. Delete. Yes, delete it from the lift. We don't need it rolling around. So here's the widely successful version that actually picks up resources, which I'm a big fan of. And we're going to put it up on the lift. There we go. Doesn't need to be hovering around. And for now, we're going to call that a happy little trial stream. Thank you for stopping by. We've been playing some Scrap Mechanic, and we have succeeded in our mission to create both a pod racer, a lawnmower, and something that functionally hovers. This was our previous rendition of the pod racer when we had created the basic outline and turned it into a machine that mows lawns. But it had wheels, and wheels are obviously an issue when you're pod racing, so we took it to the next level and we made something that hovered. I like how the engines actually turned out. It looks pretty nice. It's fresh to death, the way we like it. And ultimately, big fan of our efforts today. It turned out really well. So, we're going to be playing a little bit of... hop over here. We're going to be playing a little bit of 7 Days to Die later, I believe, with Synapse, Nikoko Love, and Shadow 435. And that should be happening within the next half hour, I imagine. Half hour to an hour. I'm honestly gonna go run down and get some food. And once I have that food, I'm gonna consume it, come back here, start up 7 Days to Die, and presumably play it with some other people. And we have a blood moon coming up tonight. So you're gonna start off in an exciting time where all of our traps and things get put to use. You get to see our base defenses as we fight off waves of zombies in the upcoming blood moon. I've spec'd totally into intelligence, so I'm the official trap mechanical creator. I've built up a couple of SMG turrets and also a shotgun turret. Now that we've unlocked steel crafting, that's become much easier. And additionally, we've installed some electric fences. I do need to expand our electric fence line, but we still have a lot of spikes around the base, which threaten me. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But ultimately, I'm looking forward to seeing you soon at the Blood Moon party that we're going to have tonight. It's going to be a mash. It's going to be a monster mash. It might be a graveyard bash. You should definitely show up and check it out. So, I'm hoping you take a little bathroom break for yourself, get yourself some food, get your snacks ready, and we're going to be back in probably half an hour to 45 minutes playing some 7 Days to Die. You don't want to miss it. All right. I'll catch you all later, and we will see you very soon. Ending screen for now. More like a be right back, but like an extended be right back. The stream is currently ending, but we will return with Phoenix and Friends at approximately 7 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us then to see 7 Days to Die. Just kidding, it's only 3 days to die.